All right, how we doing, everybody? I'm gonna give it a minute or so. As you can imagine, you can actually see me clearly now, and I actually got this damn thing with me. And let me tell you something. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna sing Frank Sinatra, but well, what is what is. What else can I say? And if you're wondering about the webcam right here, yes, it is an upgrade. Having this for a couple of weeks, haven't done a live stream because it's just been no use for it. Sorry, this is a little bit early though, because at the end of the day, unfortunately, something came up. It's family oriented, and I'm here. What can I say? But I am so grateful that I made it here. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the hell went on. And all I could say today is, well, Merry Christmas to all. And, well, I got some plans going. Anybody got any questions while I'm here for a little bit? I know there's 3 people here right now. If you see me juggling through a couple of things, I'm just, at my desk. This is my outdoor desk now. I've actually done a lot of chapters here. A lot better than my room at times, but a lot of my podcasts and I've been doing right here because it's just mainly been quiet and I've been able to get myself some decent space. And it's just now, mind you, the microphone's new, but every time you hear, tapping, I'll give you an instance. It echoes and echoes. So even a conversation in the room, it's just absolutely crazy. So I'll get some plans for everybody and I'll give everyone a heads up. Let me give you a little insight for what you got going on for 2021 as far as stories go for everybody. So there's Valorous, or the Miku Nakano X Reader, which that was a plan by Adge and I for a little while. I thought about New Year's Day and making it a double, but for those people who aren't here, let's see. I'm just gonna go by this. Let's see. Trying to just move up a couple of things. If that'll clear up. There we go. Ruby Tojo from Rosario Vampire. And we got Sheffield from Azure Lane. Just to give a little spoiler for people. Now, I'm still working through the cracks. There's a lot of things that, as far as stories, that I'm still trying to continue to work on. Asya is a lot harder than I thought, just by where I want to go with it. It's really just hard to make that chemistry with her, I think. I think it's just going to take a little bit more time. And, I'm just trying to do my thing and kind of go from there. Let's see. Natty, what's happening? What you got for me? See, if I keep going through here, I'm just going to round off a couple of things and I could just go through some notes as well. And for 9 months now, but for those that are concerned, I'm going to be cutting it after I get the vaccine. So there you have it. Still, Vermilion's finished. Prince Eugen, I mean, there's some bonus content, but the main plot that is finished. Belfast finished. Gazzy, what's happening, man? Yo, what's up, Nard? I don't actually use grease in my hair, fam. This is actually just it's just water and it's mousse, believe it or not. It's no grease. Like you see here, there's no grease that comes out. Like there's some people I've seen that just use straight Vaseline, and I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, it works, but it's like trying to get that out takes weeks. And I mean, it like sticks to the top of the skin on top of your head and everything. That's just not a good idea. I'm not even sure if I could say that out loud. Ah, man. What's everyone got for me? And that was good. That was really good. Let's see. I know there's a couple stories I got to attend to. Ah, A for all of it. I know I'm close to finishing that up. And then Mafuyu or Karusu Sensei from We Never Learn. I got to continue that as well. So I wanted to do this. Now, I'm not sure if it's A for all of it, or I'm not sure if it's going to be her royal average or if there's something else. But there's something I got to do. And this is just progress here, mind you. I got to make an R book. I'm going to be finding an R writing agent. Of those at Ex Libris, I know there's been a couple of sales, but I haven't got in contact with them outside of, hey, spend an hour $400. Outside of saying, hey, spend $400, I haven't got in contact with any of them. It really just ended up being a bad situation on all ends. And I got to do business somewhere else. That's just how that goes. Let's see. Here's one that this one's for Forrest. I had no idea about this at the time, but one of my huge spider on the ceiling? Where? Because I mean, I look around. I don't actually. Oh, I see one web, but I haven't seen any in a while. Oh well, it's just part of how it is. I mean, I watch a lot of ball games out here, that sort. But back on track. I didn't notice that a follower was actually a kid in Texas. He's an adult now, but still. He got through 2 brain tumors. His name is Forrest, and he goes, "Do you have a request? Do you have a request open?" And I'm like, "I could add to the list, man." And he goes, "Is there any chance that you can do a Weiss?" And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh man, Ruby." But then I'm like, "Wait a minute." I realized that the story of the 2 Nico twins with Weiss and Blake. But there's a part of me that hit a roadblock. And am I done with the Ruby franchise as far as like watching it, keeping up to date with it religiously? Absolutely. Because between fan base, the hype, the Rooster Teeth politics, you could name it. I'm just I'm just taking a back burner on it. It's on my back burner. That's just all I could say in that regard. And I was trying to figure out where to put in this story as far as what to do with it. Uh, I can answer that question in a moment. But it will be getting back to work, and I'm sorry I've been putting it off to the side for far too long. I see a female I have to get to. I promised Alice. There's another thing I've been trying to aim for as well as besides finishing these stories here that need a lot of my attention. I've also been trying to release another Rias book, but Yurification. Yes, so Ria's female reader. Let's see. Back to that question. What size schlong am I packing? I'm not saying I'm cyberpunk, but I digress. You got anything else? Because if you're asking me to take my shirt off or anything else, you better be buying me dinner first. Just saying. Just trying to make sure I covered everything. I think I did. Anything in my drafts? No comment. No comment, nerd. None. Right sock, left sock. Heard of the you've heard of the Italian deciding the gender of the baby, right? I'm not sure how true this is, but one guy told me, Italian guy, mind you, so this is probably inaccurate, but he said if you want a boy, when you make love to a woman, make sure you're wearing a sock on the right foot. And if you want a girl, have that sock on the right side of the foot. And then he goes, you see, with your brother, I messed up because I wanted a girl and I had a hole in my left sock, so I had a boy. I would have no idea about that man's piece of deal. I don't think I want to know. Because after all, yeah, let's not go there. Let's just not. And let's see. Now that I'm on the topic, there's one story, and years ago I said, not happening. There's just no way. But I've recently been doing some digging, and there's one story where, depending on the spinoff of the character, this could either be, I want to say, about 100 hours, or this might be my biggest project of, well, probably everything. And it might be close to 200 hours. And who would this be? And I'm not confirming it for 2021 because I just don't have enough to go off of. So if anyone wants to know what I mean by time going into a project, I'm going by the following here. I'm going by time of research. I'm at time watching anime. I'm at time putting in notes, scrambling ideas. There's been times where I'll take like a used envelope, I'll write some things down, I'll put in my wallet, put it in my pocket, and get to it at the end of the day. I'm not saying the hours isn't like, hey, I put 10 minutes writing on paper, put in my pocket, I get home 5 hours later, that's 5 hours. I don't do that. But I know just the amount of, roughly, I don't like record it or anything. If I did, I think I'd be really overthinking at that point. But currently, with especially with Data Bullet, it took me a while to see both parts, and for what they're trying to accomplish. Now, I saw some people say, you know what, this is a 6.5 out of 10. And with all the hype to do a spinoff off of a popular series that's going to have a fourth season sometime, well, think about it. They had 2 seasons, then the movie. And if you watch Heaven's Lost Property, you thought that movie would be a killer to the series. So thank goodness it wasn't. Then there's season 3, and then they're moving forward with season 4. Date, I don't know. But you're having Data Bullet be a short movie with 2 parts instead of doing a 12 episode series. And I honestly think that, to me, that just didn't make sense. Because if you want to have your point across to go start to finish, I think I would have done a 12 episode anime. But what the hell do I know? I'm just some dumb Yankee, right? I'm just some dumb Yankee preaching into the microphone. That's all I am. But what else? Huh. It's telling me to if I would like to DoorDash right now. It's telling me that Danbury's busy, but Christmas, forget about it. What else is new? Well, not in the first date, Nard. Yeah, I actually tried a little bit of it on the side being a driver. So, where it cut my hours. I just tried it out and I have no idea how these people make a lot of money doing it. Maybe it's because I'm not doing it during weekdays while I'm on the clock, but I mean, there's been times where I made some easy runs, but not enough where I say to myself, you know what? I'm completely going out of my way and I'm doing this. Maybe if I took like a whole dedicated Saturday, but there's been a couple of nights where it's just been really cold and not worth it. Like 2 hours of my time making 13 bucks. Yeah, no. But back to Kurami, there was two things I wanted to do, and it was about really the other, I guess you could say, clones or versions of her. So what we have is we go the path that we involve the White Queen, the one that was abandoned and abused, whatever. I can't repeat that. What's up?
Long lighters.
I have no idea. I think check inside above the candles. That's all I could think of.
All right.
Because I know one was dead. It had like nothing in it. Easy.
Sorry. Habit.
Thank God. Thank God that wasn't red. No, definitely not. Although I will say this, my girlfriend of 8 years, she like read like a couple bits and pieces, but as far as my actual stories, she's read like 2 or 3 chapters of my original book. But as far as any fanfics or anything that hit Wattpad outside of Restless, none. Outside of those 2 or 3 chapters, nothing. Sugar daddy, get the hell out of here. Although I don't know what is, but for some reason, married women like me. I can't figure that one out. You got anything else, Nard? Anything else concerning? Oh, and by the way, Sloat, it does get cold out here. Let's see. The warmest I've done a podcast, it was definitely over 100 in here. Coldest, about 20. Definitely in the teens. So what else you got for me? I know somebody's got something. I feel like someone's trying to catfish me real hard right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, what I tell you, Gazzy? There was this one of them was she's technically still married, but the husband kind of sped off with a different woman and they have two kids together. She's a year older than me and she was just about a year older than me. And it actually started from we were just gaming on PS4. It was just with a couple of friends. Let's see. Oh, Tina introduced me to her, I believe. Yeah. So then it was just like let's see. Let's see. Because of COVID, my vacation was canceled. So I ended up just being on early in the morning. So is she. So I'm just kind of like, I'm I'm playing a game. I'm writing some stories because, my vacation's canceled. So I'm not going anywhere, but I'm not going to work. I'm staying home and I'm getting paid. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do my thing, kick back, relax. At least try to. I mean, I felt like I needed to blow off a little steam and it was hard to do. So that sucked, but did my best. And she eventually kind of said it to me, like she flirted with me casually. But then she popped the question. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not the guy to be saying, you know what, come over here to Texas and let's form this relationship. And I'm like, you realize I'm like 1,500 to 2,000 miles away. Drop everything for a woman I met on PS4. Granted, I got her on Facebook and Messenger and all that, but still, we've been much. Yeah, I do. I don't got PS5 or anything. I gotta wait, unfortunately. I got a couple other things I got going on. And there's still a few hard hours of games that are still on the shelf, and I gotta get to them. I'm slowly getting there, trying at least. There's a couple series. There's like a series I'm trying to. The fourth one just came out. Just started the first one. There's a couple disc games not even downloaded to the console yet. You name it. Oh, and the weirdest one, I won't say it. Well, I am not too far away from the city. I mean, I'm not taking the trains now, but still. Used to be better, but not anymore. Though I kind of miss when the city was, I guess you could just say different. I mean, before everyone cowered in fear, like, I don't know. Just the energy is just different. Seeing that people aren't even going on the trains anymore. Seeing people, usually the only people with masks on were the people that were concerned about air pollution, not about sickness. And the last time I was told put a mask on outside of a doctor's office when somebody had a cough and they had no idea what the hell it was. Never. Well, yeah, of course I wear a mask. I mean, I never stopped working. I know a lot of people got laid off for a little bit, or they're just like, listen, a couple weeks, we'll start back up again. But I didn't stop work. I just had my overtime cut, and that was it. I was told to wear a mask. I've wore a paint mask for a while. I got a couple KN95s I wear. I mean, they wear out, of course. But, just doing my thing. Just gotta work, gotta wear a mask, and inner thighs, yes. But if it's a guy's, hell to no. So tell me, Nard, you actually live in the city, or you wound like Chappaqua or something? Gotta figure this one out. Huh. Funny. So you're really trolling me at this point, aren't you? And yes, I'm by the hospital. I know there's a couple of people from my town that kind of knew what was going on, but yeah. Anything else? Are you done trying to catfish and flirt? How about you inbox first? And I mean like an Instagram or something because there's too many fakes out there. How's that? Anything else before I take off, anybody? Unfortunately, I know I had to do this early, blah, blah, blah. Well, you could figure it out. You can figure it out if you felt like it. Yo, DeAndrew, what's happening, brother? As far as the good Xmas, tell you what, I've had a good one, and I can appreciate this because of. I'll tell you a good story right here. Let's see. This right here, this is me and my grandfather. This is Anthony Russo, the first, and myself a year ago. On this day last year, well, actually, Christmas Eve last year, this is right after his last chemotherapy treatment. Pancreatic cancer at age 83. And this was us last night, and I wasn't sure if I was ever going to take another one of those pictures. And yes, he's basically had that mustache pretty much since he was 15. Not sure if it was that thick, but yeah. I can't grow that mustache because well, let's just say that most white men can't grow a mustache. And if they try to, it's creepy. We can go off of that. But you know what? I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm doing great. You gotta love it. Essentially, in the summertime, all you see is this. You just see this. What he's like 5'5", 5'6". The Gentleman's Simp Club. I've never been to a titty bar. Just saying. As far as simp club, yeah, try again. I don't simp. That's just how it goes. And what? You think I'm going to treat a woman and have nothing in return? There's being nice, there's being courteous, there's being a gentleman. But then there comes to the part where it just goes, you know what? When it's past dinner and she just goes, you know what? This ain't working out. It's like, hey, guess what, brother? On her. Don't try and buy your way out for it. There's some people I know that try to. It's like, hey, honey, how you doing? I don't feel well. Well, what can I get you to eat and maybe I could deliver it to your house? Now, as long as it's not a steak, you're good. Right, right, right. I know I got dumped by the woman I wanted to marry, but I'm still not a simp. Argument would be nice, but either way it would be invalid. Try me. Mm-hmm. I love cakey. What about it? Ah, Alexander. uh, as far as the future, well, I can only tell you that I'm trying to just finish up what I got in front. If you see a story list, if you see what's being, there's some stuff that's almost done. I just got those couple of stories that I've kind of showed everybody. To give everybody the list, Miku Nakano, Sheffield from Azure Lane, uh, Ruby from Rosario Vampire. And I got to finish a couple other things there. Gay stripper? Well, I don't know what the hell a gay stripper is like. An Italian snitch for the mob? Eh. Well, unfortunately, my father's not Italian, so I couldn't get in if I wanted to. But I'll just let you say, I'll just leave it on this. I've left money on the table. Let's put it that way. But as I was saying, Alex, hope you're not related to Carlos Beltran because that might be tough right now. But finishing everything up, I got a debate on. I got to figure out the time to just go here, write my stories. Just got to get a priority list of when to do that original. I got to find another agent, which that's going to be tough because there's still a lot of times where I just try to message them, I tell them everything, and then I got to wait 2 weeks just for them to say, not interested or none of that. Yeah, trust me, DeAndrew, I get it. And over where I am in Connecticut and New York, listen, just do yourself a favor. Don't have anyone over the age of 45 talk you down because they're going to do it. If I had to recommend anything, find a trade you like, go to school for that because you got a lot of these people that I'm working with that have went to college 4 years, 6 years. We're making about the same amount of money. Our bills are both the same, except that, well, he's got that and I don't. There's people I work with that have 6 years. I met this woman I used to work with. She don't work there anymore after she had her baby. She was making 32, 33,000, 35 at most, $33,000 a year. And then in her education, as far as her master's degree, 200 grand. It's like, wow. Yo, Gaz, that'd be amazing, man. Uh, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna play drag queen on us, or are you gonna be a dude? How you gonna do it? Nerd, you want to call talking down, right? Imagine Lil AJ Torres trying to write something. Imagine him trying to, come up with the joke. Imagine him trying to do whatever the case may be, right? And imagine someone always over your shoulder, standing up, going down, just being like, shut the fuck up. You're nothing. What are you doing here? This is pointless. Your interests are pointless. You have no life. Why are you doing this? When at the same time, same good thing goes with anyone else. Every time we watch TV, somebody could say we're wasting our time. We turn on the PS4, the Xbox, whatever. They could say we're wasting our time. Doesn't matter to anybody else, but nah. I can remember ever since being a little kid, I can remember being as young as 9 to 10 years old until now. I just remember people just saying you're wasting your time. You're breathing down my motherfucking neck. It's awful. It's not pretty. And when I say, you know what? I'm trying to figure this out so everybody else can figure this out eventually. Because some people are like, hey, I'm hearing you're trying to become an author. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what do you do? I honestly don't know. Like when people tell me is like, when they say, hey, you know what? I want to work on cars. It's like, okay. Are you good with your hands? Yeah. Do you work on your own car? Yeah. You have a guy that might teach you a couple of things. Just pay you like $5 an hour on the side. You want to have fun and make a couple extra bucks? There's ways to go about that. But no, I got to just constantly email people, spend 100 some odd hours, possibly 200 hours on a piece I put together, and pray to God that somebody doesn't stomp on me like freaking stairs. Like imagine going all the way up those giant stairs in Washington, D.C. Imagine you're tired as hell crawling, and then you got one guy with his foot just being like, bitch, get the hell out of here. That's what it's like. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out. Because I'd rather make the sacrifice than seeing all these people, like, especially like if a 16-year-old follower said, listen, man, I'm taking all the money that I'm earning for months just so somebody could shit down my neck or just so they could screw me or they scan me out of my money. I feel fucking terrible. I feel like a dick. I feel like I caused that. I can't do that. I couldn't do that to people. Like these scam artists that, like, if you don't remember this, here's another story for you. A quick one. I submitted a Waddy's story. It wasn't completed, but they asked me if I had a story that was finished and they wanted to do business. And now, mind you, right? I've never had this phone call before. And I'm hearing as in like, listen, we heard of you. You have good intentions. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm trying not to cry when I'm at work. And mind you, with everything going on, my my mother got laid off of work. She was out of a job for a while. My father was recovering from surgery. I was the only one working in my house. I'm trying to support my family. And then everything after that, I'm hearing this opportunity. I'm thinking to myself, this is what I needed. I do the research. Guess what? Somebody, some asshole, hiring a woman. Their address is a boarded up building in New Jersey. It's being advertised for rent, but the mailbox is there. It's a fake. It sucked. That one really hurt me. It did. But you know what? Even though I didn't strike the iron with this one, I'm not stopping. Anyone expect me to stop? Anyone expect me to do anything else? Don't I have a title to live up to? If I quit right now, what's everyone else going to think? They all going to think that this is pointless? They think that this is all just a waste of time? They all think that all my intentions went to hell? Come on now. What would I be? What would I be if I quit? This is who I am. This is what I'm good at. Where if it pays the bills or not, I don't know yet. I don't. But I'm not a quitter. I'm not a loser. And you want to know what? Tell you what. I got a good a joke and inspiration speech for one guy that wanted to talk shit, and I got someone for him. To the man who I will not name at this moment, the man with no job, you got no woman, your ass is on the couch trolling people with more burners accounts that I could count on two hands, and I'm the loser. Buddy, I hope that someone's paying you to do it. Because you're not going to take away from me and my living and what I'm doing here. You want to thrash me? Go for it. What do you got on me? I work my ass off 40, 50. Hell, I've done close to a 60 before. I work my ass off just like everybody else. I dream big, and sometimes I fall on my face. And, well, considering, let's see, being heartbroken, almost dying in a propane crash, I'd say 2020 was rough on everybody else. But you, my good sir, especially if you want to listen to this, or if your name is Bill Smith, you are the schmuck. There's people that want to troll. I could do it all day long. I could do it in an accent. I could do it in impersonation. And here comes the cocksucker. The ball's coming inside, and he gets drilled right in the dick, and guess what? You want to know what? He deserves that. Now walk to first base and kick rocks. Baseball commentary. Or, if I wanted to go Italian, hey, you stupid jabagaloop, you fucking stunada or what? You want to fuck off and go that way? Keep a left foot in front of the right foot. Your pants and your shirt go over there. If I want lip from you, scrape it off my zipper. The boss calls it the fuck off, see? Oh, and forget about it. Like I said, there's so many ways to troll someone or tell them to kick rocks. So someone dishes it to you, Why can't you dish it back? Can anyone answer that? Does anyone have an answer to that? Is there a calling card I gotta leave? You hear that? You hearing this? Sounds like a whole lot of nothing. Shebang. What else we got, people? Well, DeAndrew, to get to that last comment, I had a lot of people growing up, and when I say, do men have communication sold separately? It's really because a lot of the people when I was growing up, it's like, let's say you ask them a simple question, it would simply just be like, I don't know, or don't worry about it. It's just so casually. So if somebody told me, right, like when somebody asked me, they're like, hey, what do you think of my story? Or, you know, how do I get better at this? Like, as far as my writing, like, if they're not confident with it and they're trying to ask people for all these ideas, they're trying to get inspired or they're trying to better themselves. I don't say, figure it out. That's so vague. And I hate that shit. I do. I hate it. Like if I said, listen, buddy, what's your phone number in case something happens and he goes, don't worry about it. It's like, what do you mean don't worry about it? You know what I mean? It's rude for one, and it's just not right. So when somebody tells me, right, they're like, hey, do you have any writing tips? Again, that's vague. Could you be more specific? As in, like, hey, how do you stay focused? How do you what do you think of this idea? What do you think about this plot? I mean, you break everything down. When you just say tips, it's like, okay, I can give you tips. Make sure your microphone's on. Oh, that's not what I meant. Well, you said ask for tips. There's one. Details, people. Details. If your writing doesn't have details of the sort or they can't picture it, how am I supposed to help you? And I could give just generic tips, but that may not help anybody either. Somebody won't benefit from writing down things with a pen. Now, now, Gaz, I think imagination's a little different than not being confident. Because my thought is if you're not confident in what you're doing, you won't get far. There's a lot of people I know that they had this plot structure. Now, mind you, when you have so many elements in a story, there's only two ways that it could end. It's either brilliant or it's got holes like Swiss cheese. That's how it goes. Or it could even be something where it is, you know what? I don't know if I should do it this way. Or maybe they're just stuck at a roadblock. A lot of times you get writer's block because you're thinking too hard, you get anxiety, and you just simply go, nope, close the screen, I'm done. And the next thing you know, 30 days goes by and you're like, son of a bitch, where'd I leave off? I've done it. We've all done it. we've done it at least one time or another. And if not, you're full of shit. Seriously, if you're going to say that you're perfect, well, grab a potato sack for my pig shite. Because that's how it is. Well, there's also pictures and everything else. You're absolutely right. Come on, we've all done it. And I mean, everyone has a different thing. Like me, if I got the PS4 on, there was a time where I was playing Final Fantasy 15, and I would just be doing like fishing, right? And there would be times where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait in the car, have it drive around X amount, to get the XP to do skills and unlocks, everything else, right? There's times where I would just drive around in the car and I would be on my phone and I'd be I want to say around that time I would be writing Misere, Akino, and Rias mostly. But that worked out. But nowadays, if I go like this, because my setup would be like I got controller here, I'll get like 100 words in like a 3-hour span. It doesn't work for me. But there's some other people that PC game, and I'm like, how is that possible for you? Like, I get it, man. It gets rough. Let's see what else we got. Got anything good? Outside, apparently, someone in my area who's trying to lay me. I'll give it a minute. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Anything else before I take off? I mean, like I said, I just got one monitor, and that's not going to change for a long, long time. I can't even see myself with 3 monitors. I've tried it with 2, and I mean, I maybe probably haven't messed around with it enough to like it or not, but still. All right. I think that's it for me, everybody. Obviously, you know where to hit me up. You know where to ask questions. You know my door's open anytime. And we go from there. See you.